Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Synastry chart between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively. And it's very interesting because this chart shows a really good friendship, but then it shows what's going to happen as the relationship progresses. Because like I've said before, the charts always play out. Taylor's Hermione conjuncts Blake's North Node, and also her Fantasia conjuncts Blake's Vertex. So to me, this is like a fantasy sort of friendship. One's an actress, one's in the entertainment industry, she's a singer, so there's a lot of fantasy surrounding this. Now, if you were friends with Taylor Swift, you would think it was a fantasy too, because Taylor is a huge name, and when they get together, there's fancy dinners and skyboxes at the football games, that sort of thing. So a lot of fantasy surrounding this. Also, Taylor's Agapreneur, Hypnos, Angel conjuncts Blake's Sun and Venus. So here we have Agapreneur, that's unconditional love and friendship from Taylor to Blake because it's conjuncting her Sun and Venus, but also Hypnos is there. And Hypnos has this hypnotic effect, like waving a magic wand, which would coincide with the Hermione asteroid that I just explained. And Angel is there as well. So all of these energies she brings to Blake, the fantasy, the hypnotic effects, and this angel, which is like a heaven-sent sort of energy, a best friends. And, you see them holding hands and it's all chummy. But as the chart plays out, other dynamics come into play. Now, Blake's Scheherazade conjuncts her midheaven natally. Scheherazade is an asteroid that has to do with, she was a Persian queen who was a manipulative, great storyteller and cunning, and she would weave fantastic tales to save her life. I did not put this asteroid into the Synastry chart that I did with Blake and Justin Baldoni because this one just fell into my lap over the last couple of days. And when I saw it, and I thought, you know what? I wonder if this would apply to Blake Lively. And I plugged it in, and sure enough, it conjuncts her midheaven. So the whole world sees, especially with her career, because the midheaven represents the career, and what the public sees, that she is a great storyteller and cunning and manipulative. And that's the energies that this has. And it's conjuncting her midheaven at 0 degrees. Now, also, Blake's Nessus conjuncts her Mercury natally. And Nessus has to do with abuse. So she can be verbally abusive. Now I'm going to get back to Taylor and Blake, but I had to go over those energies to show you how these dynamics are playing into the relationship together. Now Blake's Ceres and Uranus conjuncts Taylor's Sun, and Ceres has to do with, it's a love asteroid. So of course, in the beginning, they both love each other, but Uranus is conjuncting Taylor's Sun. So this means that there's a very unstable energy about this. It's a back and forth, maybe on and off, unpredictable sort of friendship. And Taylor's Sun is conjuncting Toro natally. And Toro has to do with being bossy or having a bully-like energy, because Toro is like the steamroller going down the street, just crushing everything in sight. It's a very bossy sort of energy. So Taylor can be bossy. She's not innocent in this relationship either. And I know the Swifties will probably get mad at me, but I'm just telling you, I can't leave that out. Toro conjuncting Sun, she can be bossy. And Blake's moon is conjuncting Toro natally. So Blake can be an emotional bully. And this would tie back to Blake's Nessus conjuncting her Mercury natally as well. Also, Taylor's Mercury conjuncts Blake's Neptune. Now, when you have Neptune conjuncting Mercury, it could mean that there's this sort of psychic connection or a dreamy psychic relationship when you talk to them. There's an intuition between the two of you, but it could also mean that Neptune is gaslighting Mercury, saying things and it's just foggy. There's illusions and gaslighting involved. And that would be the energy that Blake gives to Taylor. And Taylor is going to figure this out sooner or later. Obviously, I think she already has. But Neptune is like a fog. And it creates illusion and rose-colored glasses. So it can take a while for the person being gaslighted to figure it out. And I think that if I had done this chart years ago, I would say she's going to figure it out. Because Taylor's Nessus conjuncts Blake's South Node. And Nessus, like I've said before, this has to do with abuse. And Blake is like, well, I guess this is like, she's going to give it to me now because of what's going on. And I guess I should expect it because I knew that this was going to happen. There's a lot of also narcissistic triangulation going on here. And this has to do with Taylor, Blake, and Ryan. And I'm going to get to that. So we have Taylor's Nessus conjuncting Blake's South Node. So Taylor's like, I'm done with this. I'm pissed off and I'm not putting up with this anymore. And this would coincide with, they have a Mars square Mars planetary aspect, and that has to do with ego clashes, outbursts of temper, and it could turn into war. So, they both want to be right, but neither one is really necessarily going to give in. I'm getting to Ryan's chart with Taylor. Not completely, but there's some really good energies here that will explain the dynamics between all three of them, because Ryan is married to Blake. Now, Ryan's nemesis conjuncts Taylor's Venus, and that has to do with betrayal. Ryan's lie conjuncts Taylor's sun at 0 degrees, and Taylor's lie conjuncts his sun at 0 degrees. You can't make this up. They both lie to each other, allegedly. They don't tell the truth, and I don't even think they like each other. But there's a lot of disingenuousness between Taylor and Ryan, and I think he's going to betray her. It's like a narcissist triangulation going on here. They're playing, if you're familiar with narcissist triangulation, it's like there's three people involved. One person tells the other, I don't like this person, or lies about what they're doing and tries to manipulate the other person into thinking that this person is just disingenuous and not forthcoming. So there's this huge, I think, just narcissist triangulation going on. And if you're not familiar with that, you could look it up on Google. But this is just one big mess. And I don't know how it's going to fare well between Blake and her husband. But honestly, I think Taylor, she's going to be the one to say, I'm done with the both of you. I'm not putting up with this anymore. And these other two can find someone else to put into their narcissist triangulation game. So that's all I have today. And I hope you enjoyed this interpretation, and I will be back soon. So have a nice day.